You're watching PTV. You're watching PTV.
From the San Francisco Bay Area, it's time for PTV Live. And now, here are the stars of PTV Live: Arnie, Doug, Ben, and Sherry.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to PTV Live. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
I'm Sherry.
And that's Victoria right there. Hi, Victoria.
Is that Vic? Oh,
yeah.
wow.
The reason why I highlighted Victoria's comment right away is because 20 years ago on New Year's Eve, we met Will and Victoria for the first time at Disneyland, waiting for the fireworks on New Year's Eve.
Oh, I should get that
2001.
thing ready. Oh,
yeah,
I
you'll have to get that thing ready. So Doug will have something to share with you in a little bit. But yes, welcome. It is the 10th day of Christmas, January 3rd, 2022, a new year. I hope you all had a great new year. How about you, Doug? Did you?
I'm still coming on. I can't comprehend it. It's really hard to describe. But yes, I had it amazing.
Oh, we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking all about it. It's cold here tonight, so I've got my long sleeves on.
But the cold never bothered me anyway, so I like it.
Cold never bothered me anyway.
No, it does. The cold never does.
Oh.
And I had my behind parked on the couch New Year's Eve.
Oh, good. D&G.
Mine was on ice.
All three of my kids were adulting. They all went to bed
before midnight.
All
kids?
three of them. They toasted the New Year in with East Coast time. I was up until 1 because I was watching a movie.
No, I was on a park bench, but again, that's a really long story. But
it was the best time ever 20 years ago.
It was the best time ever.
It was cold, and then on successive years, we started adding to the group and things like beach balls being blown up and tossed around the hub, for hours at a time. It was great. But
20 years ago.
I'm glad you think it was great. My one time going on New Year's Eve was okay. I mean, the kids were little, and they were troopers. They were really good. But at one point, we had Mom with us, and she had to go to the bathroom. So I went with her, and trying to get back to the family in the hub that had been waiting there for hours, I had to get nasty with people because they didn't want to let me get back to where I had been.
It can get awful out there.
We will say this, though. Because of the new restrictions on reservations, there were probably very, very few annual pass holders in the park, or magic key holders, I guess you would call it.
I think my 12th. I think our 12th New Year's Eve at Disneyland. I think if you add them all up, 12 or 13. Yeah.
I want to say I'm closer to 15.
Yeah,
for me.
A little bit more because
I started going New Year's Eve 1992.
Yeah.
My first one was 19.
That was a long time ago.
Long time ago. I went in 93. It was fun. It was great. But man, starting there, and then we went through the 90s, and then into the 2000s, we went a lot. But then 2008, it was cold and windy and foggy, and they didn't do the fireworks. I said,
the park was dead by the time midnight happened. It was just like,
yeah, so forget it. Anyway, we have a lot to share for things for tonight, but I want to share. Chatterphone went on vacation. He had been on a tour of all the trees in the forest, but I guess that took a lot out of him, and he decided to go on vacation. And there's Chatty hanging on a tree. Chatty was in a suite at the Grand Californian at Disneyland.
Yes, everybody, we put up our 30th Christmas tree on Disney property in the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. We brought a Christmas tree in it. So that's the 30th Christmas tree. Do you have a picture of the whole tree, though?
I do. It's actually going to be posted on Instagram later this week. It is going to be a bonus tree. I'm right now on Instagram and Twitter. I am posting the 12 days of Christmas trees. And
can't
on
believe you
Epiphany
said that.
or January 6th,
But yeah, the that was on Disney property. Hop, skip, and a jump from Disneyland, and we put a full-on Christmas tree. It was decorated.
It wasn't a big tree. It was a
No,
desktop tree,
it was
but it was about 2.5, 3 feet tall, and
Why?
because we
because
wanted
we
to have
can.
Christmas where we were.
Okay.
We're in the middle of the 12 days of Christmas, and it was the
Yes.
right
we did
thing to
that, but
do.
I also wanted to have a place to hang the ornaments that we bought in the park as we got them.
So yeah, when we went to different places, we unpacked them and we put them on the tree. So when the lights were all off in the common area of our suite, we had a Christmas tree that we can stare at the Christmas lights at Disneyland.
It was a lot of fun.
It was quite the scene.
And speaking of the Grand Californian, there is the bar there just off the lobby called Hearthstone. It's the Hearthstone Bar.
yeah,
Hearthstone Lodge.
Hearthstone Lodge, yeah. And Carla and Kiko were there at the bar with Ronwad Rodriguez. Why can I not say? I haven't even made a cocktail.
We have things off. Everybody's saying we're breaking up. Do you have Google off and YouTube off? And...
Everything's off. I am so sorry if that's happening. If you're having issues, go ahead, reboot or reboot your system, come back in, or log back in.
We did a speed test, so
yeah, go ahead and do that. So sorry about that. But anyway, what I was saying was Juan Rodriguez was in the hotel bar with Carla and Kiko on New Year's Eve. And we had reservations that night, so we couldn't stick around and say hi. So we had to go off to dinner. But we at least stopped to say hi. So hi, Carla and Kiko. It was good to have you with us. Oh, goodness.
And talking about trees, I figured everybody has been able to share their tree. I wanted to share mine tonight. So this is my big tree.
Yeah.
With my years of collection.
Years indeed.
Years and yeah.
There's stuff that goes back to the 70s here.
Yep, there is. I even have there is here it is. Him coming right around. I have the box that held my
get that for you.
My Pandora charm that I bought on the 60th anniversary from Disneyland. I even have that in my tree.
Sherry, we know you love your Pandora.
Yep, we do.
Yep.
Especially exclusive ones from Disneyland.
This is my tree. Lots of memories on that tree. Although my kids did take some this year, so I was very happy about that.
So anyway, our trip began last week. We drove down and we went to Knott's Berry Farm that first night. And I have a little video of that. I'll go ahead and...
That's getting off of the 5.
Yeah, that's getting off...
Under the 91.
Under the 91.
Yeah.
And coming down Beach Boulevard towards the resort.
Yeah, in Buena Park. And you'll know it's Buena Park for sure because of that. See the exclamation point? You're not just in Buena Park. You're in Buena Park!
They probably hired this consultant or this agency or something. It probably charged the city about 6 figures for something so hideous.
And there it is again.
I don't know what made them think that was good.
Make sure that you're in Buena Park, not Anaheim.
It's hideous.
It's hideous.
And I know they were charged a fortune for someone to come up with it and gave them a snowball,
and
snake oils reason for it. And then there's Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, we stayed at the courtyard there, and we
huffed.
We walked from the courtyard to Knott's Berry Farm to meet up with one of our dear friends, Benji of Let's Go to the Park. And we tried going to the chicken dinner restaurant, but it turns out that they were all booked up. So they did not have any reservations available. So instead, we went to the chicken to go line, and we got chicken to go, and we sat there right outside Starbucks in the Knott's Berry Farm Marketplace. No, it's called the California Marketplace.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And we had dinner with Benji that night. Just a great time with
Actually,
Benji.
completely in the pitch black darkness, but that's
Yeah, it was. It was really dark at
was.
the table where
So,
we sat.
See, you should have gotten tickets through me
So we
for
did this.
Knott's Berry Farm. You could have gone in when you got there for whatever it was,
Nah.
whatever time was
no,
left.
it would not. We
Benji,
enjoyed our.
Benji said the park was extremely crowded, so
Yeah.
Really?
it would not
Wow.
have been a good experience at all.
So we
Because-
used our lights just to even see what we were eating for dinner.
Because what's happening with Knott's Berry Farm, why it was so packed to that day, because he wanted to film. He said it was crazy in twofolds. It was the first full day of nice weather after it raining so much down there.
Oh,
Plus, it's
yeah.
also overflow from Disneyland because a lot of people can't get into Disneyland anymore. Good thing, which we will talk about. And, it's also a staffing thing. So it was all really weird. He says it was not your normal Knott's Berry Farm experience because usually everybody's in Disneyland and now they're all in Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, exactly. So this is about the time when we usually take a break here. We're not doing any of the new films for Hallmark because there aren't any. There was a new film over the weekend, but we were a little busy, so we did not see what the new film.
Yeah,
Did they do one?
There was a new one on Saturday night.
On January 1st, they started New Year, New Movies. So we will be getting into that on this Saturday. We'll be watching the new
Sorry,
film.
I'm still watching Christmas movies.
Yeah, I'm going.
DVR.
No, not only on DVR, but GAC.
GAC?
It's
of the channel.
the other channel that is running movies, and there's a new one that's going to be a lot of the Hallmark channel stars are crossing over and doing movies with them as well.
Okay, I'm not too concerned. Paul Eichenlaub said it was just average.
Oh, we didn't have time.
Okay, so thank you, Paul. I am so glad that we have our Hallmark savant. Paul, thank you so But usually we do the Hallmark movie review, but we watch it on Friendly. So we'll be right back right after these couple of ads here. You're watching PTV Live. We use the Friendly TV app to watch Hallmark. And now we can watch Lifetime, History, A&E, and more. There are over 30 channels from which to choose. We can even add Hallmark movies now to our subscription. Plans start at just $6.99 a month with no commitments. Download the Friendly TV app today at try.friendlytv.com.
You're gonna make it after all.
That's Life with Ben, Thursdays only on PTV. We'll talk a little bit about his upcoming show, but it's just a regular commercial, just advertising what we do here on Pepper Tree Villa for YouTube. Anyway.
Gene G. Jr. says that GAC stands for Great American Country.
Oh, thank you so much, Gene. I knew someone in our audience would know.
So many
Our
channels.
village knows what's going on out there. Thank you so much, Gene. Appreciate that.
Running that are really nice.
Okay.
Nicer than some of the ones from
Hallmark?
that we had this season. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know Paul is watching. Paul, I hope your wife is watching with you because...
What's new at Trader Joe's?
I'm hopeful that she will be watching. What happened to our cameras?
I don't know.
We blew up.
There they
Are we
are.
going to talk about what we did, or is that going on? Are we going to talk about Trader Joe's?
We are going to be talking about Trader Joe's.
Or is that coming up and this is not part of it?
Ben, do you have what's new at Trader Joe's with you?
Oh, it's in my room. Let me go grab.
No. It's
No,
not
it doesn't
important
matter.
because I really did that just to trigger this.
We went to Mecca.
We went to Mecca in Pasadena.
That is not a parking. That was insane. There's
That's it for the parking lot.
That's it. It's tiny.
It is tiny.
The original Trader Joe's. I was so happy.
Yeah.
You and the what is it? Is that a camel behind you?
Yeah.
I don't know. The place was hideously decorated, but there was no swag. I thought they would have a bag that had, first Trader Joe's from Pasadena, California.
They normally have a site-specific bag for Southern California, but they were out of stock.
Of course they did.
So, yeah. But, yeah, definitely.
I love Pasadena.
Oh, look at that. It's Jim.
Can we
Hi,
get some more
Jim.
sunshine, please?
What we didn't know, the beginning of the 110 started in Pasadena on one of the roads in 1940.
Oh, they've got the roses up there, huh?
They do.
Yeah, they do.
No, we didn't go to the Rose Bowl parade. However, they were starting to set up for the parade while we were
Yeah,
there.
we did see the thing there.
Right, risers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're metal and cold. And, ugh.
Yeah, they set up thousands of seats for people to go see in person. And that's one of those things that Ben picked up for What's New. We'll be probably talking about that next week. But yeah, it's just set up like another regular Trader Joe's, except that it's decorated differently to show Pasadena Arroyo Parkway is the address for
The very first one.
for the store.
It was actually cool, and it wasn't no big deal, but it was. You actually did get feels knowing that was what was the very first one that started it.
Well,
But
this year they celebrate their 55th anniversary.
It
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
So
It's set up like all the other ones I've ever been in.
Well,
yeah, I mean, you wouldn't know, and of course, Ben's on the telephone.
But then right across the street,
Arnie went on Reddit. Or Reddit?
yeah,
or...
I went on Reddit and I asked a question of people on Reddit saying, "Hey, do you know anything about the Trader Joe's? Is there anything special about it?" The things that kept coming back to that was, one, the parking lot is small, so go early, and two, make sure you grab a breakfast burrito across the street at Lucky Boy. So that's what we did.
Oh,
We had breakfast
my
burritos there.
God.
Those things were huge.
Is there a picture? Is there a picture time for it?
I don't have a picture
Okay,
of it.
we were told breakfast burritos, so since you don't know and you have no concept and there's no picture, we got each one. We had to throw a lot of each one of ours away. It was okay though.
Well,
But
those two threw most of theirs away.
he almost poured it all
I
down.
probably poured through about 90% of mine. I gave it a valiant effort. The thing was the size of my head.
It was
Yeah.
there was so much bacon on it. I mean, we're talking so much bacon. Tons of hash browns, tons of egg, and I think a mounded cheese. The thing was huge and it was delicious. They're no joke.
really was.
I'm picky. I mean, I would like to do it, but hello, Benji.
There's Benji.
He made a valiant effort to procure me a sweatshirt that didn't exist, which was very sad. I'm still mourning it and I'm not getting over it, and someday I will find that stupid sweatshirt.
what sweatshirt are you talking about?
It's a peanut sweatshirt that I saw at Knott's Farm. It's just one of those things.
What did it have on it?
A peanut character. It was Snoopy.
It was a Snoopy.
It was Snoopy on the front, and he was
Big,
made up
it was
of
silhouette and
silhouette
the
of comic strips.
comic strips. It was amazing.
And yes, indeed, it was the true Ben burrito.
Oh, but we would have literally all gotten so sick and probably are just everything about it. But now what we know, we would definitely get one, cut it in half, and still be extremely full.
Lothar, the breakfast burrito, including tax, was $10. And while that may seem pricey to a lot of people for a breakfast burrito, this thing was really the size of about a football.
You
It
had
was
to hold
Probably
it.
over a quarter. It was well over a quarter of a
huge.
It was huge. Huge. So, but that was a great way to start. So we
Yeah.
parked,
We
ate in the automobile.
We went there, and then we went. I don't have video of it, but we went to a Christmas store that was about to
a pop-up Christmas
a
store.
pop-up Christmas store by Christopher Kyer. He does an annual store, and he said he did a fantastic job with his business. This time he does it every year in Burbank, but Burbank had no real estate available, so he ended up in Pasadena at an old location for Bang & Olufsen.
Mm-hmm. And he says he'll gonna come back in a heartbeat.
Because he did 3 times the amount of sales in Pasadena.
Wow.
Had some vintage ornaments. I mean, he procures it for all around the world when he gets to travel, and he just has a pop-up Christmas store.
Arnie, tell us about the robotic Santa in the window.
Oh, goodness. That was a great story. He has this robotic Santa that would just stand there and, do the movements, say ho, 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 that kind of thing.
He fixed it years ago. It was broken.
And it was like a mascot for the store for years. And some woman there in Pasadena walked in and says, "How much for the Santa in the window?"
He says it's not for sale, and she's like, "No, throw me a price."
Oh my.
He was thinking he was going to throw a number out there to scare her out, and she's going to run out the door. He threw some hideous number.
He threw out something like, I think it was like 2,800, 3,000,
3,000, 4,000. It was really high.
It was a really high amount, and she said sold. She whipped out her silver Amex and just dropped it on the counter.
I want it.
And she carried it off.
So
Oh my goodness.
we were there for
Wow.
probably an hour or so.
Yeah, but that's how his business went the whole season. So, Christopher, if you're watching, congratulations on the success.
We're going to talk. Oh, he's packing up right now.
Yeah, he's probably packing up because he had his last sales on New Year's Day.
Hey.
I want to see this place.
Yeah,
you would. I actually was well behaved.
Yes, he was a block off of Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena. So he was going to have access to thousands of people walking the streets.
Yeah, for those of you not in the know, Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena is the road that the Rose Parade floats down for 5.5 miles. So having any place within the proximity of Colorado Boulevard, if you're a retailer,
people are walking all over. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's right. Correction. It's a platinum Amex. That's what it was. Thank you, Richard. Thanks for correcting me.
I can't believe that she just could do that. My stars.
There are people that are serious about their Christmas decorating.
There was blow mold Christmas.
I'm serious about it, but really? I'm not going to pay that kind of money for something.
So we finished in Pasadena.
And it started to more than spritz and rain. And then we walked up where we parked, and we wanted to go into the official store of the Rose Parade. I had tons of stuff for the actual football teams, and then some tchotchkes for the actual parade itself. And I'm like, I don't need any of that kind of crap. And then we went to a paper store. I found some stuff I liked, but I'll get it on Amazon. And then we left there, and we were told when we were down there, and this was a spur-of-the-moment knee-jerk reaction, we drove down, because we had to go back down that way anyway. We went to Baldwin Park, and that is...
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out, the World Corp headquarters and the company store.
So I was taking my phone, and I got directions on my maps, and apparently the headquarters of In-N-Out are on Hamburger Lane in Baldwin Park.
They own this huge chunk of land, tons of factories, tons of offices. And that is...
So there we are. We went to the company store.
Let's see if it's next to the Training Center, Hamburger University.
It's spritzing.
But this is the company store where you can go and you can buy your tchotchkes or In-N-Out.
Massive swag.
And we were helped by one of the kindest women in any of these stores ever. Her name is Giselle. And she could not have been more helpful.
Oh, she was wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, the door handles are cool.
And you see the little arrow there for In-N-Out? That's very cool.
And that's Giselle right there. And they have every t-shirt known to mankind. The pool floaty device where you can actually sit in there like it's like a raft.
No,
wrapping paper. Ugly sweater.
Yeah. It's all available online. You can purchase any of this swag online. As long as it's in stock, they'll ship it out to you.
That's sad.
Oh, that is so sad, Victoria. So we don't have Trader Joe's or In-N-Out.
I couldn't live there. I would go. I mean,
That's fine. This is Giselle. This is Giselle. She is the person that's helping us here at the company store for In-N-Out. We're looking through all the tchotchkes here, as what Doug calls the jug store. And we're just having a good time. Ben, you found an In-N-Out house. Yeah.
a little small really cute. On the side, and we are big
So yeah, we had a lot of fun there at In-N-Out.
Yeah.
It was yeah. So that's a neon sign that's there in the shop. But man, that was a lot of fun and unexpected. I got a little beanie, and we picked up a mug, and we also got a little squeezy thing that looks like a double double. So that's gonna sit on the nostalgia tree now.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that was quite a lot of fun that night. So wow. Well, that day actually, because that night
Yes,
we ended up doing something else. We ended up going to In-N-Out for dinner that night. Remember, Ben?
Oh yeah.
Did you see
Yeah.
Megan's question?
Megan had a question for us.
Yeah.
Oh, serious
The
question.
company- Does the company store sell their wallpaper? No.
No, they don't.
That is strictly for their stores.
Yeah. Although I'll tell you, it's very cool stuff. You know,
Yeah.
who doesn't like those palm trees? It's awesome stuff. Anyway, we had a great time there in and out. Then we went down and, we went to dinner with the Orlando guy.
There
Richard.
you are.
Richard picked us up at our hotel. We at in Buena Park. In Buena Park.
Yes. And it's more than spritzing still.
Yeah. So he drove up in his car, and we were whisked down to Newport Beach. We realized there that the In-N-Out there does not have indoor seating, so we went to the one in Costa Mesa instead.
Run by Costa Mesa, and
It was at that point that Richard, who lived in Newport Beach, some time ago, and knew the area very well, he said, "Do you want a Balboa bar?"
I didn't know there was such a thing, what it was. Or a frozen banana like in Arrested Development. So he drove us to the Balboa Park. I think it's Balboa or Newport Beach or
Balboa
something
Island.
like that. And we went to the little downtown area, and the ice cream shop was open at that time. And it was, I think it quit pouring rain.
Yeah, there are a couple of banana stands there. However, there's another place called Toot Sweet, and apparently they have the best Balboa bar in the whole area.
And they're not joking. They get these ice cream bars that are just ice cream, and it's really creamy and very, very smooth. Then they take them and they dip it in this chocolate that's like a chocolate shell that's really rich, kind of like dark chocolate. And then they smash it, not smash, but then they kind of like swim almonds all over it. And it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So we had our first Balboa
So
bar.
we went to Toot Sweet, and I'll tell you,
I thought it was Tootsie Sweet.
No.
that's called Too Sweet. Too Sweet.
Too sweet. And it was not too sweet at all. The
No.
balance
No.
of chocolate, the balance of the rich chocolate along with the vanilla ice cream, they hand dip it right there for you. It was amazing, and it was so good.
It
Yeah.
was delicious.
It was amazing.
And then we tried it. He wanted to do more show and tell. And then we thought we were going to go on to a ferry ride, which ended up to be a total mess. That's another long story. But that was fun, though. We got to still visit in the car. And then we decided it was getting late, and we had to worry about our next thing to do.
Yeah, because we had to be up early in the morning.
I just have a tickle. No
No
sickness here.
He's not sick. Yeah, Diet Coke. Anyway, we went to our hotel, and then the next day we were getting ready to go to Disneyland. But let's go ahead, and before we go on with that, we'll go ahead and talk about a little bit about the t-shirt, because Ben, you've got your t-shirt on right now, right?
This shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug actually ran into a couple of people at
Two
Disneyland.
cast members, and I think I sold 2 t-shirts because they all saw that. I was wearing it. That was New Year's Day.
I think it was New Year's Day.
Oh my God, I can't remember anything.
It's all a blur.
Yeah.
Well,
it is a
yeah,
blur.
because of it just was a real blur. It was really amazing. So yeah, that was New Year's Day. I ran into 2 cast members that absolutely loved it, and they're like, "Oh, go to your store. You can buy it
Yeah,
on
so
the."
he went to our store. And here's an ad for our store. We'll be right back. It is PTV Live.
Pepper Tree Villa has a shop with unique designs for PTV. Luffy the Snowman is back in stock, and now there are new designs available. You can now help save the pine cones. Go to peppertreevilla.redbubble.com or download the Redbubble app and search for Pepper Tree Villa. Remember, your purchase helps support our channel. Please, help Doug save the pine cones. Visit our Redbubble shop today. Pepper Tree Villa has
Help Doug save the pine cones. Before I do that, we got this.
Thank you.
A super sticker for $2.99 from Robert. And he gave us a little cartoon character there, giving us a thumbs up. Robert, thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, that was wonderful. Anyway, we ended up going to Disneyland. What time was it? About 8 something in the morning? We started making our way over there.
Sauntered in on it. Okay, the gods were letting it pour. It's raining and raining and raining. I had a rain jacket. Ben had a rain jacket. Arnie had a sweatshirt, and so did Richard. So what did we try to do? We ran around the whole time trying to find 2 ponchos because they forgot the raincoat.
Yeah,
and it was raining and raining, but it wasn't like a heavy.
It was like a Seattle mist. It was dripping.
But it was constant. It was that drooling, nice, bundle up. But no, we're at Disneyland.
You could have worn mine that Ben took by mistake.
I know, that's fun. I'm so glad I overpacked. I really
don't know
overpacked.
how he did that.
I don't either.
I don't know either, sure. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to run some video here of Disneyland. We'll talk over it a little. And please pay attention to this because most of you are from Florida. Magic Kingdom is, the main park there at Walt Disney World. However, I must say, oh yeah, that's true.
God was spitting on us.
Yeah, God was spitting on us.
And we're like, okay, it better get it out of its system.
But because I wasn't there.
I thought you cursed. I was kind of blaming. I thought that. I actually thought that. I bet Sherry just wants us to have a miserable time.
No, that's not true.
We always talk about how different Disneyland is from Magic Kingdom. And the video clips that I show have a lot of attractions and different things that they feature at Disneyland that you cannot do in Florida. So we'll talk about that. So there we are. It's wet that night. We're walking down Main Street. It was very nice. But see the wreaths, the whole green's right across the whole street. You don't see that in Florida. I personally like that look with the wreaths and things. Oh, there's Pinchy. I always kept video of Pinchy, the crab. So
I finally got to go on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, we couldn't go on it. We tried 3 times in April to go, and every time it broke down.
And then we tried the first night there, and finally we got on it.
Yeah.
It took a couple of tries even on this trip.
Yeah, it did. But then this is part of the coverage of the Haunted Mansion Holiday, which is an overlay for Christmas of Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, some of you may not have seen that. And oh my goodness, we got another super sticker.
Oh, Gene.
Gene, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Gene.
Oh, he's stretching out and giving us and offering a cup of coffee. Thank you so much, Gene. But
I love this attraction so
much. That right.
So even the stretching portraits change. Even the stretching portraits change. The whole overlay is done so nicely.
Yeah, it's just.
But I kept audio off on a lot of the stuff because of copyright issues.
Yeah,
so...
we're only giving you snip nips of a few of these, but this is one of the very Disneyland things.
That's the loading queue area for where you pick up your Doom buggy. Or in this attraction, it's called your Black Christmas Sleigh. I believe is what he called it. Oh, it says, nope, absolutely no Haunted Mansion for me ever.
Oh, I don't care. It is a class.
Yeah, Megan doesn't do well on that ride.
Yeah. But, so yeah, that's Haunted Mansion Holiday, which is really a fun a fun look at Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh my gosh, Donna is saying something that I have said probably about 30 times since we were down there.
Sometimes I think Walt Disney World is too big. Disneyland has more warmth and charm.
It's absolutely correct.
Yeah, it is the intimacy. And the overlays are wonderful. This, of course, is just Space Mountain. We get many overlays of Space Mountain at times. But you can see, you walk through the queue, you actually see the loading of the queue.
And it's side by side. You're not like the Matterhorn where you're right in front of each other.
There's Alice in Wonderland, another attraction that you do not see in Florida.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And then Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is still at Disneyland.
Yep.
We had a great time on this attraction. And then, of course, here is the outside. This is as you just walk into the building. The queue for Pirates of the Caribbean, most of it is outside. But no Christmas overlay on that attraction, but we had it and we really enjoyed it. I'll tell you, it was just so much fun going to Disneyland this time. And the
Yes.
crowd.
The crowds were very,
Oh.
very, very light.
That's a spider bot in the air vent right there. That's on the new web slingers in California Adventure. And then the dog is not the dog, the bear in Grizzly River is wearing an ugly sweater that blinks.
I was on.
Funny.
It was amazing. They had so many decorations there. It was amazing how many decorations they had.
Everywhere you looked, there were decorations. And of course, I took video of that because it reminded me of Save the Pine Cones.
Yeah, it
It has
does.
an essence to it, but yeah, it was modeled after it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
no copyright. And there's the Evil Dollhouse,
And you'll
which
al-
is a beautiful overlay.
You'll notice that Elvis is right there on the surfboard with Lilo and Stitch. And this is the Christmas overlay Small World Holiday. And I'm so glad it was open. They had a problem with it flooding, but they got it fixed. And there it is. So, yeah, Richard, I have to agree. Disneyland is better than Magic Kingdom.
We've said that ad nauseum, so it's amazing.
So we got a question here. What did we think of the new Marvel campus area? Avengers Campus is...
Done very well. I mean, you
Yeah.
do feel it, but our problem that I have with it, outside of it's amazing, it's how it's placed and what it's for, and it's shoehorned into a park that it doesn't fit. So that's what I have. Other than that, it feels marvelous, and it's done very, 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 very well. But it's just weird.
Hi, Samantha. Yes, he agrees with Richard.
Such a great attraction.
Yeah, Avengers Campus does need more shade. It's very open and sunny.
It's very stark. It's stark. Stark Industries. Not intended. It's just again, Disney did it. It's like Star Wars Land, but more for that industrial look. I mean, futuristic look. But it's just weird. I mean, I don't know how to describe it.
That's the finale there. Ben was loving it. And of course, we have our giant clock on the facade of the building. And it was at 12 o'clock that afternoon we got off of it.
And then I know what we did right afterwards.
Oh, what did we do right after that?
We had lunch. And the Orlando guy spilled Diet Coke all over me. So I have what's called Diet Coke pants. But we had amazing food. Okay, this is something that you all have to experience.
Diet Coke pants. Huh?
Yes, I had Diet Coke pants for the whole rest of the day. You were not having and have Diet Coke underwear. I'm going there now. It was cold and it was raining, but the meal was worth it.
Carbonated.
Out on Roger Rabbit.
T-Fog.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke. If you want to know about that, ask me on personally on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll answer the question about what T-Fog means.
Yeah, we're not going to test. There's a lot we're not discussing here. So, but I love this thing. Oh my God. It just.
But yeah, Sally was standing out on the balcony as well. So I think I caught some video of that. But yeah, that's part of the overlay of the whole outside of the mansion is decorated. Jack Skellington spared no coin on decorating the Haunted Mansion for the Haunted Mansion holiday experience. And of course,
There's
Walt's
Walt.
apartment, there's a Christmas tree there in the window. And then here you'll see the Cadillac range behind that building there. It's all decorated for Christmas with wonderful decorations with tires and hubcaps and things. And I was just walking. The reason why I'm walking this way is because there it is. Radiator Springs Racers. And that's the only way. It's actually a dead end.
It's the kind of dead end, and you just go kitty corner to it.
Yeah.
It's the dead end you want to go to, though, because
It's
I will be honest with you. It puts Test Track the same, but it's the exact same technology.
Yeah. But here it is. We got on the car, and this is just part of the attraction that's out in front. And those trees, since this opened in 2012, these trees and bushes have really gotten big.
Really gotten going.
Yeah, it's maturing and becoming its own thing. They're beautiful.
Paul. Yeah, it started as the vacation of inconvenience, but it did get better the next day. It's true.
Because
it's true.
I have the Disney Magic Plus touch.
But yeah, that's the video that we have for Disneyland.
Yeah.
But you'll notice a lot of those attractions you cannot do in Florida. A lot of that stuff is just not available.
And now, granted, there's a lot in Florida that you can't do in California.
Yeah, that's
What, four
True.
things?
But that's
At Magic Kingdom.
There's quite a bit in Florida that you cannot do in California. But that's the way it should be.
Mm-hmm.
They should have resort-specific attractions that draw you there, so you feel like you are having a unique experience, as opposed to just everything being a cookie cutter and planted in every single resort around the world.
And by the way, Doug has an affinity for concierge service.
Yeah, I was enjoying it way too much than one person should.
Our suite at the Grand
I
California.
really did.
We'll talk a little bit about this. We were there in a 3-bedroom suite at the Grand Californian, and it was absolutely incredible. We actually went through withdrawal leaving the hotel.
Yeah, it was hard. Everything was very emotional. It was just a very emotional. But there was a lot of lifestyles I missed.
I'm highlighting it. Our R&R Adventures. That's Victoria. Her husband's name is Will, and the reason why I bring that up is because Will was the bellhop that helped us out of the hotel that day.
We all wished Will a happy birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Will.
Not the bellhop, Victoria's
Yeah,
husband.
there you
Happy
go.
birthday, Will.
Yeah, he helped us on your birthday, and his name is Will.
What was the best meal of the trip? That's a hard question to answer.
Oh, I have it. It's the grilled chicken salad at the Carnation Cafe with the green goddess dressing.
Yeah,
Oh,
That was by far
He had
the
that.
best meal.
I actually shared that with him, and I split a patty melt with him.
with their house dressing, as it says their own Thousand Island. That is one killer restaurant. That I think is one of my favorite out of them all. Is the Carnation Cafe. It's quaint. It's
Richard's asking, did you show our suite yet? I said, actually, I did not.
No.
And the reason why is because that's going to be a Life with Ben episode. Ben is going to be showing the hotel room where we stayed, the 3-bedroom suite, and
3,000 square feet.
You-
of happiness.
Holy moly!
was it really that large?
Yes,
it was it was a nice big footprint, but you
and
will
it
not.
had a Christmas tree in
You will not want to miss that one.
it was
What happened to what?
No, I'm just looking. I'm looking at the living room where we are. This room is probably about 15 by 20, and the room where I was probably larger than that on its own.
and the common area was larger than your house. That's true.
Yeah, I was
It
blessed.
was
I was blessed to have a king size bed all to myself for 3 nights. And
Did you starfish every night?
no, actually, you know what? I let me say this. I am a person who showers before I go to bed every night. That's because I don't want to be getting my bed sheets all dirty. So I showered the first night. I slept on one side of the bed. The following night, I actually showered before dinner, and there was about a 6 to 8 hour period before I went to bed, and I didn't shower, so I slept on that same side again. The following night, because that side was all dirty, I slept on the other side of the bed.
Then you are neurotic.
I you know what? I own that.
You need therapy.
I own that.
Oh,
Therapy.
oh my goodness, that is awesome. I love that.
Yes. But yeah, by far my best meal, besides the corn dog, but that was a given, and there's a reason why I had the corn dog so late at night. I needed to absorb alcohol, but that's another. We're going to get to that a little bit later.
We'll be talking about that in just a bit. In fact, why don't we go ahead and take a break right now, and we'll talk about that.
Oh, we're going all the way that far? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
We're going to go into New Year's Day.
We will. We'll talk about that. We'll be right back. You're watching PTV Live.
Only on PTV.
Well, you'll see it there. It says Trader Sam's.
I love that place. I think that is one. I mean, it's an attraction.
Amazing place. It really
And the
is.
decorations, the detail. I mean, to me, it's the Tiki room that Walt wanted, where you can eat and drink without, and they still have they have a show.
Okay,
It's a quick show.
Does everyone actually know what Trader Sam's is, Arnie? Because we've talked about Trader Joe's. Let's talk about Trader Sam's.
Trader Sam's is the Enchanted Tiki bar at the Disneyland Hotel. They have an outside lanai where, you know, a lot of people can sit. But if you put in a reservation, you can actually sit inside the Enchanted Tiki bar. And what's
Tiny place.
great is that sometimes it depends on what you order. If they have lots of little foods, they have like a poo-poo platter and other things like that. But
Well, they can order anything from the Tongaroa Terrace, which is the restaurant there.
yeah,
So you can order off that menu. They bring it to you inside.
they share a kitchen. So
Yeah.
they'll do that. So Tangaroa Terrace is right there. And then you can have that food brought in. But they really feature fantastic tiki drinks. And we are talking strong drinks.
My last one was way stronger than I bargained for.
Yeah. Richard's first drink was a hippopotam Mai Tai. And that was,
What did we have? The first one
I've
was
had
the
that.
Jungle
That's the-
Juice?
we had,
Jingle All the Way or
Jungle All the Way.
Jungle All the Way was their signature cocktail for that time.
And the thing
For
is
the
that,
holiday season.
and depending on what you order, something happens in the bar.
Yeah.
In the Enchanted
so
Tiki
cool.
bar, all of a sudden, like for instance, we ordered the Jungle All the Way. And when it came to the table, our server, Skipper Nathan, who was awesome, just made this loud announcement about how someone had just called in the snow, and suddenly
Volcano spews off ice and
it
snow
was
in the window.
it was a snowcano, and you saw the volcanoes in the windows erupting. It was great.
It's just, they do that place. That is, I think, one of my best things that are not on property, not inside the park.
Yeah, and Sam funds his bar primarily through the sales at the end of the Jungle Cruise, because Trader Sam's is there, you know, the store where they can sell tchotchkes and things.
So yeah, so they now the actual attraction ties into the restaurant.
Yeah.
So the whole story now all works. So you can go to Disneyland Hotel and the attraction, vice versa. And now the story actually works. They're really going up huge on the
But yeah.
storyline.
The Jungle All the Way came with a first edition Tiki mug. So it looks
we're
like,
spilling the beans on that.
well, yeah, it looks like a nutcracker. It's really cool. But here, let me play a little video of our experience at Trader Sam's.
Him onto one of those luggage carts.
Here we are.
Take him to an Uber.
We'll get him a Reggie cart.
This is Tangaroa Terrace. So we were sitting waiting for our table
Put him on a Reggie cart.
at Trader Sam's.
They had it so decorated for Christmas.
But yeah, and there's Doug. Oh, and he's wearing his jacket. That jacket got a lot of attention at Disneyland.
Oh yeah, I really made a scene. Really made a scene.
So for those of you that have never seen that jacket, it does blink. Did you get it?
I didn't get it yet.
Oh no. Well, we'll leave it with this, because this is essentially what it is. And inside, look at that. It's awesome. It's such a great experience. We got to get you in there, Sherry.
I walked in to
Ben's
see
never been there.
I had been inside, but I'd never been seated before.
to eat or drink anything.
Yeah, and it was, oh my gosh, it was such a wonderful experience.
Well, they say, oh, you only have 90 minutes, for your
Your
Your spirit. So she's sitting us down, the gal. And I'm like,
Oh, and here it is. See the volcano in the window? There it is. It's about to erupt.
so cool. So I'm like, oh, we're not going to be there for 90 minutes. And because we only have 20 minutes left. And we still have to finish our drinks and hash out.
That's snow coming out of the volcano.
That's funny.
Apparently Will wants to twinkle with you, Doug. Sparkles and bling together.
Oh, we can be
Will-
we'll be twinsies.
Yeah, Will has that jacket too.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole place is decorated, complete, and is Jim is here.
Jimbo.
I know he has an affinity to Orange Bird, and well, it turns out Trader Sam's has Orange Bird, and Orange Bird was wearing a Santa hat.
I love that blow mold. I mean, it's just so cool.
And that is a Krakatoa punch. I ordered it so I could see the volcano erupt. And so yeah, for those of you that have never been to Trader Sam's, it's a lot of fun. It's quite interactive.
Winkle twinsies.
Yeah, so it does happen at the Polynesian Resort too. And there's Richard. And Ben. And there's the snowcano. It's erupting again with snow. That's just hilarious. Yeah.
Well, when you're drinking so much, you don't care.
No.
If it's snow or fire or ice,
Yeah.
you don't care.
No.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but there it is. It erupted with snow. It was amazing.
Yes, I do agree. They have great potties there.
There it is. Yes, actually, it was the whole Orange Bird, not just his head.
It was the whole Orange Bird.
Then yeah, Trader Sam's does have some of the nicest bathrooms at Disneyland Resort. I mean, they're just fantastic.
Yeah, they were great.
Including the sconces in the bathroom that Ben wants now. Yeah.
I love the wallpaper.
And then just more decor there at Trader Sam's. I'll tell you, this was an amazing experience. It was wonderful. The whole 90-minute experience. And then we said farewell to Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar.
Yep. It was sad.
I'm so glad that we had an opportunity to. But there's the outdoor lanai right there.
Now, can you stay on the outdoor lanai longer than 90 minutes?
Yes.
If you're
Yes.
buying?
Yeah, I think it's only the inside restaurant because it's really, really small.
Yeah.
So
but
they do that so as many people as possible can experience the atmosphere inside the bar.
I still have not been to the Polynesian, see the Trader Sam's there, but I do follow an Instagram thing. They're a lot the same, but they're actually very different too because of the size and stuff. It's just Disneyland's a lot different and just like everything a little better and bigger.
Oh, now she's asking, did we see Britt while we were there? Britt is one of our cast member friends. No, we did not.
This was a trip that was really controlled, and we had a lot of things to do, so it wasn't a lot of fun things. It might seem like it, but we had a lot of plans. And
Yeah,
we
It was just a very
time
different
to-
experience.
Yeah.
we didn't have a lot of visit time. We didn't really do.
Average Disney
Yeah.
trip.
Oh, we didn't visit with a lot of. There's so many people wanted to visit us, and we're just like,
Sorry, no. But the thing is that what we did do was we spent a lot of time at the veranda, which is the concierge level at the hotel.
Oh, don't bring that up. It's gonna be.
Doug just absolutely loves the concierge level.
But there was a couple mornings the place felt like Goofy's kitchen. There was so many children in there. I was like, really? All these children just everywhere. And I thought it was going to be more adult and quiet. And
It was at that point that Doug wanted Cruella de Vil from Main Street. We saw her once where she told one of the sanitation
this was
people,
years ago.
"You there with that little grabby thing, can you pick up these children and throw them away?"
It was great.
And of
you
course-
know.
I could have done that, and I wouldn't have even been in costume.
So I was wearing sparkles, and I'm walking around the park, and these kids have those blowing bubbly things, wands, and they're waving them around, and it's wet on some nights, and there's tons of them, and there's bubbles everywhere. I don't want to get bubbles on my jacket. And as we were walking through Adventureland, I was saying to them, I was like, I'm gonna lose it, you guys. You better control me. I'm gonna take those out of one of the kids' hands and just throw it on the ground and it burst into smithereens. I am so tired of those bubbles. And then the guy who was with me, we were like, oh, I would just take it if you walk to a trash can and see the kid watch you and throw it in the trash can. They both work, but I think the dramatics of having it burst into smithereens is better. But yeah, I'm tired of those because the kids don't care. They'll just shove them all around and they get all over you. And I don't want a bubble bath. Oh, it's really annoying.
Oh, and Bubbles.
Oh,
too.
Bubba wants good. I know I'm going to start a trend. I'm not going to offend anybody because I just don't care. Those things are annoying.
Victoria. I love children. Lightly toasted with butter and just a touch of cinnamon.
No, they're too bitter for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I have everything that children can
But
do.
yeah, it was
Almost 400 of them every day.
Some should be used for other purposes. They're just a pain.
but we had one more experience. Of course, it was New Year's Eve, and so we had to see the fireworks. And at Disneyland on New Year's Eve, they ran Fantasy in the Sky, which is always a throwback.
Nice, cute little show.
It's always a throwback. It was so much fun. So we have that here, and I'll play this in the background, and we will continue talking. We can answer any questions that you have about.
Time has come. In just a few moments, we will say goodbye to 2021 and begin our brand new year together.
There it is. Knows how fast they count 10 seconds.
Very fast.
Here we go.
We don't count that fast.
Look at those lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a car sale.
Yeah. Megan said she would have wept uncontrollably. Yeah, I'm sure you would have, Megan.
Is this music copyrighted?
No.
This is normal
This
music.
is
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you have not seen it yet, we have this video posted on YouTube already.
Yeah, let's lower it down.
So
It's
we can
just-
talk. But yeah, I've got this video already posted, and it's already been seen several hundred times. So if you have
Because
not
it's
yet
Disneyland
seen
fireworks.
it, it's Disneyland's fireworks. Just look for Fantasy in the Sky New Year's Eve 2021, and you'll find our video. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was delightful. And what was really impressive, we said this already, but for years we went to Disneyland and it was always elbows to armpits whenever we went on New Year's Eve.
Then came the pandemic, and that changed the attendance to Disneyland greatly. And it's great because that place was, even though it was full-ish, it was not like the New Year's Eves of the past, where they would cram that park in where you couldn't move. And this was really, to us, it was complete. I felt like it was light. Like, why did not anybody show up? And we can thank that reservations, and they are controlling attendance.
There was one cast member that we went in and we talked with them a little bit about how light the crowd was for New Year's Eve. And that particular cast member said, you know what? We've actually had some people complaining about how crowded it was.
For people who are really sensitive right now with the size of crowds during the pandemic, I can understand their concern. The thing is that I'm sure a lot of them are not familiar with an average New Year's Eve at Disneyland.
But
Yeah.
they, early on, isn't it true that they had less people that they were capping than what they're allowing in now?
Early
Yes.
on, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
And even now, it was
That's
still
probably what they were expecting.
a much lighter crowd than I've ever seen on New Year's Eve. It was wonderful. We were actually able to get on attractions, and people were, for the most part, keeping their distance as best as possible.
masks were pretty much on all the time. I was taking them off in certain areas because if we were outside walking around, because I'm like, it just gets a little old. But generally, when we were walking around, I kept the mask on. I mean, I felt safe. I really did. And you got to live your life. And that was definitely a New Year's Eve to remember.
Yeah.
It's in history books for me.
So anyway, I highlighted this one again. Noah said, yeah, 3 a.m. in the Eastern. Yeah, that's what the time this was. However, Disneyland ran fireworks twice. They ran it at 9 p.m. as well. So we were able to see fireworks at 9 p.m. too. But they did that, I guess, for probably a feed on television because it ran live.
Yeah. Because I think they were doing something, or it was publicity or something like that.
Well, and that works well for families with really young ones, too.
But
Yeah.
it was being broadcasted on the East, so
Mm.
I'm sure that there were a lot of people back East seeing live fireworks at Disneyland
At
But
midnight their
at
time.
midnight their time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know we talked with Richard a lot about the experience at Disneyland, and he was just over and over floored at the entire experience. Everything, the cast members at the parks, the just the whole atmosphere, especially the decorations, because the decorations for Christmas are everywhere, all over the resort.
Every land at Disneyland. I'll take
California
that back.
Adventure.
I don't believe they had Christmas decorations up in Galaxy's Edge because that would
There's no such
solely
thing.
be- yeah, it's not a thing for the Star Wars universe, but every other land had some form of Christmas ornaments or overlays. It was just beautifully done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disneyland's. It is.
But yeah, Christmas at Disneyland is unparalleled. The only place I didn't see any decorations in Tomorrowland either. But Fantasyland, they were everywhere. Same with Frontierland. Adventureland had a Christmas tree. You'll see that Christmas tree off the Jungle Cruise in the Moment of Groovy, so you're going to want to see that. Man, it was just, there it is, the fireworks at Disneyland on New Year's Eve. It was fantasy in the sky.
amazing.
It was just,
The whole trip was amazing from start to finish. The drive down, there was no rain. You know, we get down there, we got to see. You know, I got to go to Trader Joe's, the kiosk, the first. It's all under behind a gate, but the actual first location of In-N-Out, which is on the other side of the freeway where we're at. To seeing our friend Christopher with his Christmas pop-up store.
Richard, look at that. Richard said this
You
here.
don't necessarily do when you go on a regular basis.
Right. But you see, Richard here says, I just wanted to stand and listen to the Christmas music on Main Street with all the glittering lights. And we did that.
A lot.
And what was really cool is that several times during the night, all of a sudden the music would stop. They'd play a different song and it would start snowing on Main Street. So
It was lovely.
See, I love that part. That's
And
like
you're just looking up at the reflections, and there's the lights float. Of course, it's all that fake snow.
Well, that's like the year that Tom and I went down to pick Jeremy up from UCLA to bring him home for Christmas. And they surprised me with the trip to Disneyland for Christmas. I sat and cried like a baby when they told me that that's what we were doing the following day. And they asked me, do you want to do both parks or do you want to do just Disneyland? And at that time, I chose just Disneyland because I wanted to take it all in. And just being able to stand on Main Street and listen to the music and see the lights.
Yeah,
and
it's
magical.
It is magical.
There's nothing like it.
That word gets tossed around a lot, but Christmas at Disneyland truly is a magical time.
But
what was that Richard kept saying? Oh, believe in the magic of your wishes and your dreams will come true.
Oh, yeah, it's overdone. But speaking of sobbing, the most uncontrollable time I had was that they ended up having fireworks on Thursday night. And we did see the Believe There's Magic, Holiday Magic in the Stars.
Believe in holiday magic.
That is over 21 years old. They've played it every single year since Christmas of 2000.
Yeah.
And it's so classic. And I remember the very first time I watched it when they premiered it in 2000. And I was thinking about it, how much changed in such a very short period of time. 2 decades is not that much. And we were watching it right in front of Main Street, and they have new projections up. And I lost it because I was remember the happy times with my parents and my family that I was watching it with, and the beginning of time, and before 9/11, before the Great Recession, before all of this. And I remember I just remembered it, and the way it was all done, I couldn't stop. It was just so cool.
Them up off the street.
See,
Yes.
that's the way Megan is about the fireworks, because it brings back a lot of memories of trips with her grandfather. Because she's the only one that experienced Disneyland with our dad.
Only one of Sherry's children.
Yeah, because he had passed on before the boys were born. So, she has special memories of that.
I have to agree. We took the Grand Circle tour of Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom, and that's what they call it. They call Disneyland Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom because he walked the grounds there. Mm-hmm. He created it. And I'll tell you, that train trip, it was unforgettable. It was just, and it was in the dark. It was just wonderful seeing the lights and the decorations of Christmas.
I mean, last time we were there was 2017, and then just knowing how heavy everything has been since, and knowing what we're going through, it just, you escape it, and it was just an amazing time.
One thing that we did, we said that we went to Carnation Cafe, and here's one thing I want to say. We did not make any specific reservations for that day at all. Nothing. We just walked around. We went into restaurants that we wanted to. We just grabbed food that we wanted. Carnation Cafe, we put our names in, and we had a table in 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was... And
why you could do reservations and everything's booked, but they still take walk-ups. Even though it's reservation, they still allow walk-ups, and you might have to wait. That's the organic feel that I like about Disneyland. It's like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Oh, I want to go there. And you can.
Yeah.
Where all the other place, that other park in the other side of the country, you have to book everything. And you have to know what you want to do, when you want to do it, and when you want to go to the bathroom. It's also booked into it. And I felt like when I go there, it's like, okay, I have a 10:30. It's felt like I have like Zoom meetings all day long. I have a 10:30 and a 3 o'clock, and then we got to be there at 5. That's kind of like corporate meetings. You're just shuffling to the next thing, to the next thing. And then when you're done, you need a vacation from it to lay around properly.
But there was this one moment where I was just so tired. I said, you know what? I'm going to go take a nap. And I was able to because I was right there at the hotel. So I was so thankful that the hotel
we did wardrobe
was
changes.
right there. Yes, we did do wardrobe changes.
because we can.
we would have shirts on, and then we'd grab sweatshirts, we'd change our clothes. Well, it was a lot of fun. It was like being on a cruise where we would just do wardrobe changes because the hotel was so close. It was great.
And we had cruise quality food at some of our restaurants and places that we ate.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It really was. It was just an
Well, it was
unforgettable.
1,000 times better.
And
but
I am hoping that we can do it again sometime, maybe next year or the year after. I would love to go back for New Year's Eve at Disneyland because I'll tell you, it was just wonderful. Oh,
it was very addicting. I mean, it was a lot of it. I got used to real fast. Yeah, I will never think of the Grand California ever again the same way.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I will not. I will walk by and I'm like, oh, I remember that.
It was wonderful. So anyway, that's all we have for the trip. I mean, we could talk about our trip home, but it was just sad.
It was.
It was just sad because we
Well,
were going through
I had
withdrawal.
them run around to get some last minute things until one of the other parks opened. We had to lunch. We laid low. Saying goodbye was really hard, and we were on the road, and we had another quick little stop off to drop something off to some fabulous friends of ours, and then we came on home.
Yeah. But yeah, the shopping. We did a lot of shopping.
Oh, funny, speaking of the shopping. By the time I think it was on New Year's Day, Ben got up and he says, okay, guys, I need shopping. I haven't done shopping. I seriously need my shopping fix. I need to go into a store now. So we ended up going.
Seriously?
New Year's Day was our California Adventure Day. It was because you have to pick what park you want to open up, and then you can park hop after 1 o'clock. So we went through all the junk stores, and the great thing is you pile up full of bags and you go up to the room and you pile up for more bags, and yeah.
Victoria, we will be talking about that because that would be the 25th New Year's Eve that we would have, no, 24th New Year's Eve actually in 2024. We'll talk about it. She wants to go to Disneyland again. Yes. Anyone
I
here-
know this trip will never happen again.
Yeah.
In parts of it. There's certain parts of it, the way it was created, it will never ever get redone again. But that's okay because you shouldn't have things to be repetitive. But, hopefully other parts of it it doesn't have to be all New Year's because who knows what's going to happen with the world and how things act. And
But-
Disney does get a little fussy at times. There was times throughout the trip and just different ways the Disney left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing.
Yeah.
We ran into a lot. But it was
But
overall
it was
an
okay.
amazing experience.
We worked with it.
Okay, we have something that we need to take care of. Sherry got gifts. Ben, take over.
Okay.
Oh, no, you guys didn't, did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
First of all,
Some are silly, but
Okay. Everyone
First-
just remember
Okay,
this is for Sherry.
if you've been watching this whole time, I'm gonna do the present giving in the order of which we visited. First of all, I want to share this little keychain that we picked up at the In-N-Out store for Sherry. It's a little shoe
That
from
goes on my
In-N-Out Burger.
tree.
This will go on the tree behind us.
Does it say in it?
It has the little palm trees
So I don't
on
need
it.
to keep
you don't
that.
keep you don't need to keep the little card on it. But this was also purchased for you. It's a little tumbler
Oh,
that looks like a hot cocoa dispenser.
This is
It's
great.
a screw top.
is it for hot beverage?
It's for hot or cold beverages, I believe.
But it's an In-N-Out mug.
But
I
yeah,
love that.
yeah. Look at this. This is really cool, and it is the color of their hot cocoa cup.
So maybe I'll use this for coffee tomorrow. I'll wash it and do coffee tomorrow.
Possibly.
Does it say in there if it's hot and cold?
Mar, we're happy about that too.
Here's the receipt.
Sherry deserves
Roll down the bottom.
No, there's nothing on the bottom.
Okay, well,
Sherry. Mars
go online to see what it's actually made for.
Yeah, I will.
Mars says that she's
That's
happy that you got gifts because you stayed home.
She what?
She's happy you got gifts because you.
Oh, thanks, Mar.
Okay. Then
I didn't expect any of this.
next we picked up stuff for her at Knott's Berry Farm. Sherry is a big fan of bags, so we got her a couple of bags. First, there's this one, which is
Ooh, the 100th.
commemorating their 100th anniversary of Knott's Berry
I like
Farm.
that.
Isn't that a cute bag?
Very cool.
And Knott's Berry Farm celebrates their holidays in several ways. Halloween, they do Knott's Scary Farm, but at Christmas time, they become Knott's Merry Farm.
Yeah.
And it's the Knott's Merry Farm
that
bag.
with the Calico Town.
Yeah.
Oh, love it. Love that.
Like I said, Sherry loves her.
I
loves
do.
Her
I
bags.
keep a lot of my
Then
projects.
Megan is saying, no, why would you feed her bag problem?
Oh, you know what? I forgot to give her one thing here from In-N-Out Burger. These are only for the employees at the stores, but the employee at the company store where we went gave these to each of us, Arnie, Doug, and me. And it was this year's.
We have that there. One of my New Year's resolutions is to meet Sherry and Megan in person.
We need to keep her like Maris, only on TV.
This little button, which the employees at In-N-Out Burger wore during the Christmas season, goes on your tree.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, funny thing is, I've got 2 others on my tree, and that's because I talked the young employees out of them.
And unfortunately, they lost their job.
No, they did not.
They did not.
Now, this other one is something that I don't think she would be expecting, but it is a piece from Department 56 commemorating the 100 years of Knott's Berry Farm. Now, this is something that I actually bought for both of us so we could display it here at the house.
Yeah, Benji was with us when we bought that, by the way.
Thank you, Benji.
Thank you, Benji.
Just like Rod and Todd opening up the doors. He knows.
They taped it back up.
Oh, that's right. They did tape it back up.
I'll get my handy dandy little scissors out of one of my bags.
Imagine that. Her scissors are in another bag.
In my little golden books bag.
You got that one in Solvang.
I procured that for her.
Yeah, she actually saw the bag when we were in Solvang in May of last year.
Okay.
I didn't know she didn't have it. I was going to buy it, but I waited. I had to wait, and I had to go back to get it.
Okay,
Sherry
Benji says,
handed me, but
Benji says this was cool.
This one is cool. Sherry handed me some safety scissors. They have a little cap.
Because look at that tip.
Yeah, it is pretty sharp.
They're used for needlework.
Okay, let me cut the tape here.
Oh,
They're actually Martha Stewart bags.
Sherry, Donna Jaworski has a New Year's resolution of meeting you and Megan in person too. As well as
Okay, now this is a replica of the original berry stand from Buena Park back in the 20s. So this is what you would see when you drove down Beach Boulevard and were going to get some boysenberries at Knott's Berry Farm, which is what they were known for
This
back in the
Started
20s.
it all.
although I don't think it was called Beach Boulevard at that time, it was Highway 39.
Yeah, but anyway,
Wow.
isn't that cute?
That's adorable.
And it comes with a little Walter and Cordelia Knott figurine. So they can stand by the berry
Slightly
stand.
creepy, but it's appropriate.
That is very cool.
But I figured that would be something we could display here at the house.
Yeah. Oh, that's darling.
And then we can decorate it for Christmas.
Yeah, we can put little lights on
Little
it,
lights or little garland or whatever.
a little wreath on the door.
Yeah.
Ben, Arnie needs to stop with popping up. The chat can entertain itself. You guys all can read. Arnie keeps on putting it up, and I can't see what you guys are doing because all I see is chat. You guys read the chat. Enough, Arnie. Really.
Okay.
No need to put the chat up.
Yeah, put that back in the.
Anyway, that was what we found at Knott's Berry Farm on the first night of our trip.
That's pretty. I like that.
All right, we'll just put this to
Yeah,
the side.
forget it. Move on.
Yeah. Okay. Next, Sherry does love her bags. So I picked this thing up for her at the Starbucks location inside California Adventure. It is a Starbucks Disneyland tote.
Artwork from the mug.
That's like the mug that's on my tree that D&G gave me.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I love that.
I figured
And
you
it's
would.
my colors, lavender and yellow.
Yeah, it looks blue on camera here.
That's like my sweater.
Her sweater is actually lavender. So is the color of the bag.
I love Mr. Toad.
Yeah, Mr. Toad, Small
That
World.
was kind of how I felt today coming home from work. Those eyes just like, whoa.
Okay, so that's the Star Wars, the Starbucks.
Ben,
Yeah.
Megan is saying,
Yeah.
shut your face. Did you get me one?
No.
Oh, sorry, Megan. No.
No war bag for you.
Look at this, Megan.
Call 1-800-Disneyland to buy yours now.
Oh, that's and look at the tag, Megan.
It's amazing.
It's a Starbucks bag.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But we did get you a couple of other ornaments from Starbucks. Here's the California Adventure cup.
Is this is a different one, huh?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if the Disneyland one is different. Oh, sorry.
That's yours.
No, this is the California Adventure mug for me. I've got the Disneyland one downstairs in my room, so we'll have to share that with her later. But
No, this one's different from because this one has
it's just
Radiator Springs
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
And
What's- what-
Incredibles.
what's so funny?
Victoria.
Look what you didn't get, Megan. Oh, that's
Look
rude.
what you didn't get, Megan.
Okay, but we know that we're big into Christmas ornaments and Christmas decorations.
And yeah, you gotta love the Starbucks ornaments. Donna's right. You do. I mean, we have
Well,
a tree full.
I have 3 miniature trees in my kitchen on the counter that have nothing but Starbucks ornaments on
We
it.
picked up a new sign for you. And this one does light up with a little button here.
Oh.
It says, Christmas is snow, much fun.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I'll have to find a place to put that next year.
Yep.
I may have to have a Disney surface
Yeah,
because I got that new print this year for myself.
that's
from,
true. From
Jeff Granito of the Tiki Birds.
That's true. Okay. Then there are these tin ornaments that we picked up at California Adventure.
Which was a quest and a half.
These.
Yeah, this was a quest because Arnie picked them up at California Adventure on the day that we actually checked into California Adventure. But by the time we got them back to the
Oh, I
hotel
love those.
and we put them on the tree in the hotel room, that's when I decided that I liked them and I wanted them. Well, California Adventure was already closed by that time. So I went to World of Disney. I went to Disneyland. Nowhere. So we had to wait until 1 o'clock on the last day that we were there, which was yesterday, until we gained access with our park hopper tickets to get into California Adventure to get those. So I figured you would like those because that was right up your alley.
Yeah.
And
Carrie, by the way, Donna said that she got that same snow sign. And she said, winning, Sherry.
Oh, Walt Disney World. I mean, they share a lot of the merchandise. It's
I
sad.
love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And this is also for Sherry. It's a set of mouse ear ornaments that are like pointy glass ball ornaments.
Vintage.
Put in with the Christopher Radko that I just got
Yeah.
to do a vintage tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are beautiful. We picked up a set too for the mouse head tree here at the villa.
Of course we did.
Those are beautiful.
Then we've got one more ornament to show Sherry that I got for her. And this one is one that Megan, you also got this one too. So don't fret. I did get you some stuff. This is the Enchanted Tiki room.
One of my favorite places.
Oh, don't cry now. We haven't got to the main one. Is Mr. Howard here yet?
This is one of my favorite places. This is why I told you I got this print this year. Let me show it to you.
Isn't that pretty?
I love Tiki so much. We would love to do our backyard like it, but I
You
don't.
look on the inside, and it has a little bit of the inside of the Tiki room as well. So it's a really, really well done ornament.
See, this is the print I bought myself this year from an artist called Jeff Granito.
Feliz Navidad, Joyeux Noël, Merry Christmas, and Frohe Weihnachten. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the birds.
Jeff does a lot of stuff in his commission. A lot of his stuff is at Wonderland Gallery.
You made Sherry cry. Good job, guys.
Okay. So that's
Okay.
and that's there's one more thing.
Okay.
Just like Steve Jobs.
Where is he?
There's one more thing.
Okay, he's here.
He's
Okay.
here. He's here. I'm here, Doug.
Okay, here we go.
Richard's here. This is a gift from Richard. He wanted to make sure that you had a Merry Christmas and that we were thinking of you.
Guys.
You can only buy that at one shop, and that's exclusively at Disneyland.
It's a little postcard with the castle on one side.
It says, "We wish you were here."
As she disgraces herself on live TV.
Oh, thank you, Richard. That's truly special. That'll definitely go on my
On her charm bracelet.
Disney Pandora charm bracelet. Yeah.
Richard, to quote the movie Scrooged, Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I love that one. It's I've never seen this one.
No. It's fairly new. And Richard asked us,
It was
what will she want? What will she truly appreciate? And
after going through them, because actually Richard and I were looking at him, and I picked one. I'm like, no. Then we picked another one, and it looked like Walt's head was decapitated, and I said, no. And then I said, what is that purpley one down there? And then she had to use her laser gun to point it. She goes, oh, that's only sold here. That's exclusively at Disneyland. It's actually very rare. And I said, can I see it? And she says, it's a postcard of Disneyland. I was like, ding, 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 that's it.
But look what Megan said about Richard's gift. And that's just really, really sweet.
Can you
It's
put
just
it up? Can you put up the
Thank you for being so
postcard?
nice to my mama.
Can you actually show? It's probably impossible to see.
Oh.
But people
Arnie,
can
do you
kinda-
have the picture? Do you have the picture available?
I don't have it available right now, but I could probably make that quickly.
But
Yeah.
Pandora is amazing. It's
We'll try and show this as close as possible.
Let
but
me go
it's-
get my bracelet real quick so you
Yeah,
guys can
it's-
see what I mean about
You really
Disney.
can't.
It's but it has a shimmer to it, like a gel purpley.
Yeah,
Yeah. We can't do it because Pandora charms are just so small.
you got to look at them close up. A camera just does not do them justice. But Sherry's been collecting Pandora charms now for several years, and she's got a lot of charms that are dedicated exclusively from Disney. And I knew that once we had zeroed in on this type of thing, that this was going to be exactly the right gift for her. So Richard, again, thank you so much for your help with getting us that for her.
I was very kind.
She's over the moon. You can tell. She just loves it. She's grabbing the rest of her charms right now, or her bracelet. And
Okay, let me go to this scene here. And I'll drop this picture in so you can see what it looks like.
yeah,
He's doing his little TV thing.
yeah. There you go. That is the
That's the charm at Disneyland.
And then the back is etched like wear a postcard, a little postage stamp. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. So that's the Pandora charm right there.
And yes, we were on the fifth floor of the Grand Californian. We were not technically on the sixth floor where there was the concierge, but we didn't have to huff that far.
Yeah.
It was just on the other side. And a little spiral staircase to my avocado toast lifestyle.
Oh, Donna. She's afraid she'll lose the charms. No, but this particular trip that Arnie, Doug, and I took with Richard,
It just was better than anything.
Unforgettable. It was my first time back at Disneyland since the pandemic shut the place down, and I hadn't been there 6 months since 6 months prior. So it was about 27 months since I had even been on the Disney property, and it was surreal. Absolutely surreal. And unlike Arnie and Doug, who apparently had to carry a box of Kleenex with them on the first day back to Disneyland.
It opened. I was there for the day it opened.
Yeah, you were there for the exact day. I didn't have the same reaction. It was kind of like a business as usual by the time I got there. But
you're just like Regina Mills with a cold heart, black heart.
No, because it was definitely a wonderful experience. And
we had so many things that happened that was once in a lifetime, and so many things, and how it all came together, and how it was well orchestrated, and how many people's generosity, and how many amazing things that happened. We are so grateful that we got to experience it. We really are.
You want to zero in close to this, Arnie?
Sure.
So that you can see some of the
it's hard to say all the details, but
some of them aren't Disney. Like this is the one that my cap from when I finally graduated from college at my kid's insistence in 2017. Here's a mouse head. Let me see.
Yeah, it was definitely a magical trip. Yes.
There's a mouse head right there with the big D on it. This one here is a replication of the ticket books that I grew up using at Disneyland. This one is Tinkerbell and
a Peter Pan ship.
And the Peter Pan ship. This one is from the Tiki Room. It's a disc that has the Tiki Room on it. This one.
There's so many charms.
This one is from Disney's 60th when they had all the blue. This is Mary Poppins' umbrella. Here are the little mouse ears.
They keep on going and going and going.
Yeah. Let's just say there's a lot of personal items on this bracelet. And
there's a Tinkerbell one. There's
and yeah, exactly. And now you have an exclusive. Richard says now you have an exclusive Disneyland.
The Sun Wheel. I mean the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
California Adventure.
The Sun Wheel, the Fun Wheel, Mickey's Fun Wheel, the Pixar Pal Around.
Let have Sherry have a moment with Richard and thank him. You guys can talk, and Sherry, you can say your pleasantries.
Well, I'm going to put it on right now.
Okay. Well, goodness. Oh, you know what? Thank you, everyone, for being with us tonight as we were able to share some of our experiences that we had with the Orlando guy at Disneyland.
We want to thank other people that were involved in this weekend that we got to do, and all the cast members that were involved, because there was a lot involved in that. Yeah. It was absolutely amazing. I think it was just the high of waking up, and I'm still digesting it all.
Yeah. But
I will say it was amazing.
This is the last official PTV Live of the Christmas season. Next week we will be back with one of our normal programs where we have various things like the Hallmark Channel movie review. We will have a craft from Sherry. We will probably have a cocktail. But there was so much to share tonight that we thought, let's go ahead and just focus on sharing everything that we experienced and sharing the videos with you. So I'm glad we were able to do that. Everyone, thank you so much for being with us. And to those that did it, thank you so much for the super chats.
Thank you.
That was incredible. Did we miss one?
It was Jean and oh my gosh, there was the other. We're
Next to the
scrolling,
castle.
we're scrolling.
But there were several chats, super chats, and we may have missed one, and for that we are so sorry.
No, it
But
was, we'll get to it. There was Jean and another.
Well, anyway,
There it is. There it is.
Jean's super chat. There it is. Yeah, that was it. The cup of coffee.
And then there was another person.
Yeah, that was.
I just got a text from someone who was watching us in their car on their dashboard, which
Doesn't sound safe to me. We're not that
Well-
important to let's watch on a car.
no, it's just he's parked. But thank you, Sean.
Jerry, do you have anything to say to Richard?
Oh, I've got tons to say.
You'll say it in an email or a text.
No, I'm very touched. Very, very touched.
Yeah, Victoria. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we need to do a Zoom chat soon, definitely. And to Benji, thank you
There
so
it
much.
is. Next to the castle.
Here you go. Let's
See if you can see it right there next to the castle.
There it is. Next to the castle.
Yeah, it's really hard to
And
see.
again, it's actually a lavender, but it looks blue on our camera. I don't know what it is, but we can't see purple.
No,
Benji, thank you so much for a
not
fun
that.
time last week at Knott's Berry Farm at the marketplace. We had a great time with you. And to Richard, what can we say other than
Thank you, Richard. It was
it was
experiencing everything we did.
a
was
toast to the memory
amazing.
of a tremendous trip
And
and to
what
Diet-
a way
and
to
to
end
Diet
the
Coke-
year.
the Diet Coke pants.
Yep, I have
Absolutely.
the pants to have it.
Yeah, Richard, thanks for giving my brother such an amazing time.
That was
I
unbelievable.
really appreciate it.
And I hope we can do something like that again with as much fun as we had this time.
Yep. As long as the universe is out there and still wants us to do it, and it's allowing us, and nothing changes, and
Yeah.
as I saw a meme this morning or when I went to bed last night, it's like 2022, you have a low bar to achieve greatness. It's a very low bar. I thought, no kidding.
Let's get over that bar.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it has to try too hard because it's already a very low bar to make yourself
Well,
better.
we
have to get these to be the roaring 20s.
Yeah, we definitely
Ugh.
have new things coming for PTV. You'll see things coming in the future. We will keep you posted on those things as you see them here on the channel, of course. But in the meantime, everyone, thank you for the super chats. To
Thank
our
you.
to our moderators, thank you so much, and to all of you, our villagers, thank you for spending some time with us tonight. We love you all so much.
Thank you, everybody. Yes, you guys were all
Stay,
great.
stay safe out there, guys.
Yes.
Yeah,
Be well, be safe.
it's
Oh,
it's all about that chopped salad. I've actually starting to research on the green goddess dressing. I sat with my coffee this morning and I'm like, I need a salad. I'll go for the Patty Melton salad.
This
That would
coming
be great.
Thursday on Life with Ben, you will experience some of what we ate while we were visiting the resort. What happened to Arnie and Doug?
we're here. We're here.
Um,
Wow, really glitchy.
I don't know why.
what happened there?
I don't know what happened there. So there we are. So sorry, everyone.
He's like
So, yeah.
trigger finger with that.
This coming Thursday, you'll see some of what we ate while we were visiting the Disneyland Resort. It's
Yeah.
on Life with Ben, Thursday
We,
morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, only on PTV.
Just as a hint, we call it a pig tour, I think. Yes.
See a lot of food from the concierge. We ate
So
and ate
we did. We ate a lot.
and ate.
But in the meantime, everyone, I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
I'm Sherry.
Thank you for spending this evening with us as we all experience PTV Live together. Everyone have a magical evening and have a great big beautiful
Happy New
tomorrow.
Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Good night.
And now your moment of groovy.